A dark figure crashes through rock, purple energy crackling around its form. Dust flies as the figure lands hard, its glowing eyes fixed ahead. The creature stands tall, crackling with power, its form monstrous and vast. Here's your recap of Solo Leveling, 168 through 175. Subscribe for more recaps. A purple energy line stretches across the barren land, mountains in the distance. The creature cries out, its voice broken, "I can still go on." A man asks why the creature wants to be Grand Marshal so badly. The creature swears loyalty, vowing to stand at the man's right side. The creature gasps, "The king's favor is mine," but is cut off. The creature asks for a chance to challenge the man's next opponent. The man simply says, "You can be behind me," and points forward. The man looks back, confused, as the creature's form glows behind him. He asks, "What are those guys doing?" As giant figures gather in the distance. Fire erupts from the sky as the giant figures launch an attack. Beams of light streak down from the clouds, striking the earth below. A red-faced demon screams as it's engulfed in purple smoke and energy. A hand catches a glowing red orb, energy swirling around it. The orb explodes into a beam, tearing through the dark sky above. A massive beam of light pierces the sky, illuminating the entire landscape. The giant figures stand together, their forms glowing with purple energy. The ground shakes as the figures' energy ripples out across the battlefield. The man thinks, "Isn't it cheating to be holding the marble of greed?" Soldiers dig trenches as the man asks if Barrow ordered this work. The man asks why the soldiers are being called back into his shadow. He says he just wanted them to rest after being stuck in the rift. He asks Bellion if he's sad about no longer being able to meet Ashbourne. Bellion recalls being by Ashbourne's side when he faced the rulers of death. He asks to hear the story of Ashbourne and Bellion's past together. Bellion begins, "It was when I was still a fruit of the world tree." The man looks up, stunned, as birds fly over the dark, misty battlefield. The scene shifts to a quiet apartment building, the sky clear and calm. Bellion speaks of his past, as birds fly over a misty, dark battlefield. The scene shifts to a quiet apartment, the sky clear and calm above. Jinwoo serves a big meal, his family gathered around the table, surprised. His sister tastes the food, smiling, "I never knew my brother could cook this well." His mother nods, "You should try it too. He's good at side dishes." Jinwoo looks confused as his mother asks, "Is something going on?" His mother explains, "When your dad did something dangerous, he cooked like this." Jinwoo denies it. "It's nothing like that, Mom." She doesn't believe him. He walks to the door. "I think we have a visitor." His sister frowns. "No ring." He opens the door to find a man standing there, calm, asking, "What's the matter?" The man, Sung, apologizes for visiting without notice, then asks for a moment. He tells Jinwoo he woke from slumber because he thought he was special. He realized miracles don't happen easily, and only 2 people woke up, him and Jinwoo's mom. He looks at Jinwoo. "I couldn't help but suspect it was you." He smiles slightly. "I decided you were a trustworthy person." Jinwoo stares. "If you were someone who'd do anything to get what you want," he finishes, "I wouldn't have risked danger to save you." Sung nods. "So that means you didn't try to use Jinho?" Jinwoo confirms, "Yes." Sung pleads, "Please let me return at least half of your favor." He looks up. "Is there anything you want?" Jinwoo hesitates. "I don't really have anything." He looks down. "If something happens to me, could you take care of my mom and sister?" His sister whispers, "Let's be a bit selfish." His mother agrees, "I will promise you." The scene cuts to a night sky, a swirling gate appearing above a city street. A man reports, "This is the Colossal Gate in Shanghai, China. 8 appeared worldwide." Jinwoo stands in a room. A woman asks, "Are they your army?" He replies, "No, they're our enemies." He turns to the chairman. "Do you trust me?" The chairman swallows. "Yes, I do." Jinwoo says, "Then trust what I'm about to show you." The chairman frowns. "What?" Jinwoo taps the chairman's forehead. A purple glow surrounds his finger. The chairman sees visions, monsters, shadows, and Jinwoo's power flooding his mind. The images flash, creatures, battles, and Jinwoo's dark army overwhelming everything. The chairman speaks, voice shaking. He admits his thoughts were wrong all along. He lowers his head, sweat falling. He now sees the world differently. His mind races. He realizes Awakeners aren't the only ones who survive the war. He sees the truth. This war is between monarchs and rulers with great power. He asks Jinwu, stunned, how can he fight such enemies alone? Jinwu answers simply. The chairman wonders how they can help. The scene shifts. A formal hall filled with suited men waiting quietly. One man asks, calm, did anyone else say they'd be coming? Another man turns. He asks what Jinwu told the chairman yesterday. The chairman smiles faintly. He says it's all right, no need to worry. A monstrous dragon appears from darkness. Its eyes glow red, wings spread wide. The dragon's power burns lands. Even all hunters together couldn't scratch it. Jinwu stands in the hall. He says, yes, I've just arrived. The chairman looks at his phone. He mutters, it's meaningless to ask now. Two men stand firm. They warn chaos will come when people find out. The chairman's face tightens. He's thinking hard, sweat on his cheek. The hall stays still. Everyone watches Jinwu, waiting for what comes next. He looks around the room, noting the crowd. There's quite a lot of people gathered here, he says quietly. The room holds presidents, ministers, and guild masters. Everyone sits stiff, waiting for what comes next. He stands before them all. It'd be great if Hunter Sung Jinwu says the gates won't cause harm like last time. He leans forward, voice low. But if he says the opposite, everyone will have to go through a rough time. He warns them plainly. No one will avoid the fight. They will appear before your eyes and bring destruction. A man in a headscarf shouts, you expect us to believe that? Even national hunters won't stop them? Jinwu meets their eyes. At least a couple hundred demonic beasts on par with Kamish will appear. Not even national hunters can stop them. They demand proof. Give us proof, they shout. Otherwise, we won't believe you're saying this. He raises his hand. Purple energy swirls around his fist. The air crackles as he prepares to show them. Two men watch in shock as the energy flares. Their faces twist with disbelief at what they're seeing. Above, 5 swirling purple gates tear open the sky. Lightning flashes as they grow larger and more dangerous. The crowd panics. Aren't those gates? One cries. Hunter Sung Jinwu created them? Multiple at once? Jinwu turns his head slightly. They're taking their time due to the massive size of their army, he says calmly. A man shouts, Hunter Sung Jinwu, are you one of them? Did you bring soldiers to kill us? One official raises his hand. I trust you, but now that we know what will come, what do we need to do? Jinwu's voice is firm. Please stay away from the gates. He doesn't blink, doesn't flinch. He repeats it, eyes glowing. Get as far away as you can from the gates. His tone leaves no room for argument. The warning spreads fast. Cities empty as people flee. Everyone tries to get as far from the gates as possible. An island rises from the sea. A castle with tall spires stands alone, silent and waiting for what's to come. The castle looms dark against the sky. Its towers pierce the clouds, casting long shadows over the land below. A bold statement appears. The greatest advantage of the Shadow Army is their loyalty, which puts their master over their own lives. Jinwu stands beside a shadow beast. My liege, we don't stand a chance in an all-out war, it says quietly. He looks at the battlefield. How much bigger do you think their army will be compared to ours? He asks. He calculates the odds. That means they'd have at least 10 million soldiers, he says, voice steady. A man in a coat scoffs. Drop the bullshit, he says. I'd have said the same if I had his contact info. Another man argues. Hunter Sung Jinwu is one of the greatest hunters. Shouldn't we heed his warning? Jinwu calls out. Baru, come here. The shadow beast appears beside him, its eyes glowing with power. Baru looks around. You call this a nice place? Aside from its size, is it even meant for me to stay in? Jinwu stares at the castle. Why the hell did you put up that flag? He asks, voice sharp with annoyance. Baru laughs as the ground shakes. Huh, was that your idea? It says as purple energy explodes around them. Jinwu asks Bellion, what happens to armies after their monarch dies? Bellion's glowing eye stares back, silent under the weight of the question. Officials warn Jinwu, no matter how you try to escape, we won't let you leave. Jinwu turns. For now, I will head to China, he says, calm and sure. He thinks, it's impossible to face all 8 armies at once. I must act first. He plans, I will take care of the other monarchs after. The longer, the better. Jin Wu steps off the plane. Government officials were to greet me, but Lu Jigang came instead. Lu points ahead. This way, he says, as a swirling vortex looms above. They stand before the gate. Yes, that is the colossal gate that appeared recently. A giant, armored foot stomps down, shaking the ground with heavy force. Dust flies as the massive leg moves, crushing the pavement beneath its weight. The camera pans up, revealing the towering, shadowed form of a giant beast. Lu smirks, eyes sharp. He knows what's coming and isn't scared at all. 100,000 hunters pour from the gate, weapons drawn, ready to fight. They charge forward in a wave, armor clashing, blades flashing in the red light. Jin Wu thinks, since there are 100,000 of them, maybe he and Lu stand side by side, both smiling, unshaken by the coming storm. Lu says, this is our elite army. We have numbers and skilled individuals. Lu grins. It seems that it'll start soon. Jin Wu nods. Come forth. Purple smoke swirls around them, thick and heavy, filling the air with power. Jin Wu's eyes glow faintly as he focuses, his hand moving to summon something. His fingers twitch, and dark energy coils around his arm, ready to strike. The smoke surges, forming shapes, monstrous, shifting, alive with dark power. A roar echoes as a giant beast bursts from the smoke, wings flaring wide. Lu stumbles back. He's on another level. Those things will fall from the sky. Jin Wu stands firm. The left side of the king is my place. Who dares take it? Lu stares at the beast. So you're capable of communicating with them. A soldier screams, it's opening. The gate screams open with a deafening crack, light pouring out like fire. Jin Wu steps forward, dark energy swirling around him. It's starting, he frowns. It's strange. I don't feel any presences from the gate. He looks up. What? Jin Wu sees a swarm of shadow soldiers. What about all the other locations? He stares at the globe. You're telling me all the gates are empty? Jin Wu turns sharply. Wait, it's my mistake. He realizes the enemy's plan. A massive red vortex rips open above a city, debris flying everywhere. He thinks they probably put all their forces in the gate furthest away. A giant armored beast stands firm under the swirling red sky, ready for war. News flashes. Jin Wu heads to China. Japan and Russia send help. Time is short. A voice booms. While everyone relied on Hunter Sung Jin Wu, we didn't falter. Crowds shout. We don't run away. They raise signs, vowing to protect Canada. A banner screams, we will win no matter what demonic beasts come out. The gate cracks open with a violent burst, light and energy exploding outward. A soldier yells, all right, it's starting, as the gate fully tears open. Silence. A dark jagged hole hangs in the air, glowing with red energy. Soldiers stare in shock. I thought demonic beasts would pour out. Was he bluffing? A lone figure with long red hair drops from the gate, falling fast. The red-haired figure lands. There's only one of them. A soldier gasps, a human. Another says, that's just a person. The red-haired figure stands tall, armor gleaming, eyes burning with power. She asks the Beast King, are you the king of this place? The Beast King frowns. That's not a demonic beast. He looks confused. Another beast explains. Demonic beasts make gear, use runes, live in hierarchy. The king mutters, humans and beasts can communicate. Huh? The red-haired figure smirks. I knew it. He made soldiers obey him like a king. The Beast King grins. Looks like he's not here. He seems pleased. The red-haired figure looks up, eyes narrowed. Looks like he's not here. The red vortex swirls above the city, dark shapes falling from the sky. Soldiers panic. Is there no way to confirm what's going on in Canada? A small figure in purple armor kneels, head bowed, silent. A voice says, please hold on a moment. A thought echoes. That's right. If it's Adam White of the Hunters Bureau. Sung Jin Wu holds his phone, face calm against a red sky. A scream echoes as a wide eye stares in shock. Fingers grip the phone tight, knuckles turning white. Adam White shouts, we're at Canada's colossal gate. He yells, why are you there? Voice full of panic. Jinwoo frowns. They don't realize the enemy's scale. Adam reports it was empty, very quiet on site. Jinwoo sighs. That's a relief. Then he freezes. His eye glows purple. A person is coming out. Adam screams. Run away! Get away as fast as you can! Lightning cracks as the gate explodes in fire. The hunters are gone. Silence follows the blast. A voice shouts. Top-ranking hunters turn to ashes. Jinwoo yells. Adam, run while you still can. Adam gasps. Dragons from the sky, endless beasts, he cries. All demonic beasts gathered here. How? Jinwoo thinks. I can save Adam if I control his shadow. His hand stabs down, shadow wrapping around Adam. Adam looks up. Each hunter sung Jinwoo. Jinwoo's shadow growls. We will be teleporting now. Adam steps back, eyes wide with fear and surprise. A shadowy figure blocks his path. Where do you think you're going? Hunter sung. I. A monster bares its glowing teeth, ready to strike. The beast roars, its power shaking the ground. Song Jinwoo grunts, his body taking the hit. He thinks, I should have expected this. He stands alone, the sky torn by a giant gate. A man calls out, Hunter Sung Jinwoo. He asks himself, can I do nothing? A red-haired woman smiles, feeling a heartbeat. She hears the sound of destruction in the air. She declares, we're done with preparations. Monsters scream, destroy everything. She stands tall, her power burning bright. A screen shows a city exploding in fire. Lights glow in a quiet, dark building. A man sits at his desk, staring out the window. He says, they must have all died. He thinks, hundreds of dragons. He says, this disaster can't be contained. He slumps, it's all over. A shadow appears behind him. Hey Hunter Sung? Song Jinwoo says, I'm looking for something. He demands, hand over the rune stones. The man smiles, his eyes sharp. He laughs, I'm still drunk. He says, I can hand over the rune stones. Song Jinwoo replies, I'll launch a counterattack. He walks down a long, dark hallway. He asks, did you say the rulers sent them? He wonders, what are the rune stones inside them? He learns the rune stones are gifts from the rulers to help humans hunt beasts. The stones seal beast abilities. He asks if he can stop them. He says he'll try. He turns to leave, then stops. He asks for one more favor. The other is silent. The scene shifts to a grand, dark building. Lights glow from its tall windows. Inside, a woman with curly hair sits on a plush sofa. She looks surprised. She stares at him. She says, you are not the person I know. He says nothing. He tells her he is still the same person, but now he is darkness itself. He asks her, you said you could see the future? Her eye glows purple. He asks her to look into his future. She looks at him, then closes her eyes. She stays silent. Her face is calm. She seems to be thinking deeply. She says, I understand. She reaches out and takes his hand. He lets her. A dark shadow rips through the air. It moves fast, like a blade cutting space. The chandelier above them glows softly. The room feels heavy with silence. Her hand trembles slightly. She holds his hand tight. He does not pull away. He asks, plan to take everything on yourself? She looks up at him, worried. She asks, how could a single human carry this much? She looks near tears. She says, thankfully, I can get there. She shouts, it'll be a lonely fight. He stands up. He says, please excuse me. He turns to leave. She calls out. He leaps onto a tall tower. The sun sets behind him. He looks out over the city. He stands alone on the rooftop. The city glows below. He looks at his phone. He dials a number. He holds the phone to his ear. He waits for the call to connect. He stands still, watching the sky. The wind blows. He does not move. He answers the phone. He says, it's me. His voice is calm but tired. The caller asks, Jinwoo? Are you really Jinwoo? He says he's been busy. The caller says, I've also been busy. She smiles. She looks relieved. She says, we'll meet again soon. He says, yes, let's do that. He smiles. He says, Jinwoo. She says, yes. He looks at the sky. He nods slowly. She asks, can you promise me you'll come to see me? Her voice is soft. He says, yes. He looks down. He says, I promise to go see you. He means it. She stands with her team. She smiles. She holds her hand to her chest. She waits. She says, We should get going now. Her team nods. They move out fast. He watches them leave. His face stays calm. His eyes stay sharp. The group walks forward. They look ready. They look like they know what's next. A giant figure stands far off. His cape blows. He waits for them to come. She walks up the ramp. The ship looms over her. Her team follows close. She shouts, "I'm right here." Her voice cuts through the noise. She stands tall. The ground cracks. A red light bursts up. Something big is coming out. The sky splits open. A huge shape falls down. It hits the earth hard. He stands alone on the platform. He looks up. He knows it's coming. A voice says, "I've taken the lives of tens of millions of your kind." The voice asks, "How much longer are you planning on hiding for?" He looks up. His eyes glow purple. He does not move. He does not blink. He says, "I'll go meet you soon." His voice is low. He means it. A city building crumbles as energy blasts tear through the sky. He's been silent since. Just what is he trying to do? He faces an army of 10 million. Going in is suicide. He might run away to the bottom of the abyss instead. Missiles scream down from the sky, targeting one man. The missiles strike. A massive fireball erupts below. We hit the target. The command confirms the strike. We cannot confirm with the naked eye, but I think it worked. More missiles launch, streaking through the smoke-filled air. A single, glowing eye opens in the heart of the explosion. The pilot stares, frozen. This is... Shrapnel and fire rain down as the battle rages on. A single red eye glares out. "How boring," it says. A purple energy blast tears through the incoming missiles. A grand, dark cathedral stands silent under a gloomy sky. Inside, a lone figure sits at the far end of a long hall. He sits alone, his back to the camera, in the dim light. His eyes glow purple as he stares forward, unmoving. He turns his head, looking up at the sky outside. A dark, glowing creature appears before him, confused. "My liege." "I know," he replies calmly to the creature. "It's far too dangerous, my liege," the creature warns. I share his thoughts. Another shadowy figure agrees. "But there are times I can't let danger stop me," he says. "Ashbourne," he whispers, looking at the armored figure. "If he were in my place, I wonder what he'd do. If it was him, he wouldn't let anything stop him." The armored figure glows with purple energy, watching. He resembles him, the man thinks, looking up. The armored figure stares back, its glowing eyes fixed. "I see," the armored figure says, its voice calm. It steps forward, purple energy crackling around its feet. A man crouches on a ledge, watching the monster below. "I will stand beside you until the end, my liege," it vows. "Very well," the man replies, stepping onto the rooftop. 3 giant figures rise behind him, glowing with power. He looks down at his phone, then back at the monsters. "Shouldn't you contact your family?" the armor asks. "No," he says, then smashes his phone to the ground. Memories flash, his mother, sister, and Happy Meals. "I don't think I would be able to proceed," he admits. He turns away, jaw tight, eyes fixed on the sky. Smoke and fire fill the city as a dragon flies overhead. A jet soars up, aiming straight for the beast. Crash. The dragon swipes, sending the jet spinning. Boom! The jet explodes, a parachute deploying fast. THDUD. A soldier lands hard on broken concrete. He looks up, eyes wide as a monster looms above. Bodies lie scattered, blood staining the shattered street. He turns his head, then grits his teeth in anger. His eye widens, sweat rolling down his temple. The monster roars, mouth gaping, red eyes blazing. Bang! Bullets fly as the soldier fires wildly. "Die, fucker," he screams, pulling the trigger. Bang! Bang! The monster stumbles but doesn't fall. Click. His gun clicks empty. He curses under his breath. Click. He slams the magazine, eyes locked on the beast. SHWA. The monster lunges, jaws wide open. He grits his teeth, sweat pouring down his face. Purple energy surges as a figure stands between them. A bald man stares in shock, his eyes wide as sparks fly around him. Sung Jinwoo stands tall, his back to the light as someone calls his name. He turns his head slightly, whispering one word, "Go." Monsters roar, their red eyes glowing as they charge forward. Jinwoo faces them, a dark ring forming around his hand. The bald man screams, his mouth open wide in panic. Jinwoo stands alone, surrounded by shadows and dust. He grips his blade, purple energy swirling as he says, "Ruler's hand." His eye glows bright, a flash of power shooting from his gaze. Monsters fall apart, torn by lightning as Jinwoo moves through them. He leaps high, the ground cracking beneath his force. He walks forward, debris flying as he declares, "This is the first step of the war." He looks up, his voice calm as he whispers, "Arise." Dark shapes rise from the ground, answering his call with crackling energy. The Shadow Monarch has appeared on the eastern front, his presence shaking the land. A leader urges an immediate attack, but another warns they cannot sense his army. He must be spreading his forces wide, trying to absorb them by going alone. Cha Hai-in whispers his name, her eyes narrowing as she asks what he aims for. The U.S. government sent troops after losing contact with hunters in the east. Min Byung-gyu watches the screen, silent as chaos unfolds in the city below. He clenches his fist, knowing even Canada's strongest power fell to the monsters. Humanity has no choice now but to pray for a miracle to turn this tide. But what kind of miracle could stop this? A single voice whispers, "A miracle." A man in a suit prays aloud, "Dear Lord, please do not abandon us." Darkness swallows the battlefield like a tsunami, shadows staining the earth. Monsters roar as purple energy cracks through the air, shattering the ground. The battlefield explodes under the force, debris flying as shadows surge forward. Sung Jinwoo stands calm, his eyes glowing purple as shadows swirl around him. He charges forward, sword raised as shadows twist and lash at the sky. His eye glows brighter, focused, as he prepares to strike with deadly speed. He moves so fast, the air splits, a blur of black and purple slicing through foes. A monster crashes into a building, the impact echoing with a deafening crash. The ground splits open, cracks racing outward as purple energy surges upward. His sword whips through the air, slicing through stone and shadow with ease. He leaps high, slashing down as a giant beast roars in pain beneath his blade. The beast falls, its body dissolving into shadows as the sky fills with bats. He lands silently, sword dripping with energy, as another monster charges. He stands still, sword ready, as the monster's roar shakes the broken city. Above, countless shadows fly, circling as if waiting for their next command. He looks up, eyes sharp, wondering if the army of doom has begun to move. He cannot sense the Dragon King, so he thinks they are not ready to strike yet. He knows they must be waiting for a reason to act, not just for chaos. Dragons scream as shadows clash in the sky, lightning flashing through the storm. The Shadow Monarch rises, towering over the ruins, his power radiating darkness. A dragon roars, its fire meeting a shadowy blast in midair. The impact shakes the sky, flames and darkness exploding outward. The great Dragon King glares down, wings spread wide in fury. Sung Jinwoo stands firm, shadow swirling around his body. A massive shadow beast lunges, lightning crackling across its hide. Cha Hai-in watches, whispering. The Shadow Monarch is becoming stronger. Her hair whips in the wind as she stares at the chaos below. She orders her team, "We will attack him. You stay and wait for the ambush." She leaps into the storm, red portals swirling behind her. Gunfire erupts as soldiers open fire on the shadow creatures. A soldier yells, "Stop them from moving. Wait for backup." A shadow monster's head explodes in a spray of dark mist. A giant beast roars, its red eyes burning with rage. Soldiers stare in shock as the monster slams into the ground. The beast charges, its massive fist crushing the street. The survivors scatter, debris flying as the beast rampages. Thomas Andre steps forward, calm despite the chaos around him. He spots the beast and says, "It's Thomas Andre. He's here." A shadow figure lands, staring at Thomas. "You're the human from last time." The beast growls, "A weak vessel who nearly died at my hands." Thomas smirks, his eyes glowing green. "You still plan on getting in my way?" The beast looks at him, confused. "Is that so?" Thomas turns away, shadows swirling around his feet. A shadowy voice says, "It's been a while." The monarch of steel body stands beside a towering shadow figure. Someone yells, "Why is the Shadow Army here?" They hid within a human shadow. Thomas's eyes widen. "Why? I can't reach him." He turns, voice tight. "Don't tell me." Above, the Shadow Monarch stands on a building, lightning crackling around him. His form pulses with power, dark energy surging through the sky. He thinks this strategy can't be the Shadow Monarch's. It's too human. The Shadow Monarch roars. This is the way of humans. He denies his title. Dark energy explodes around him. Take back what you said, he demands. A soldier dares stand before a monarch? The Shadow Monarch laughs in rage. The sky shakes as his power crashes down. The ground splits beneath him. Sung Jinwoo stands calm, watching the destruction unfold around him. Ja Hae-in stares at the ruins, snow falling. She sees the scale of battle. Far below, two figures face each other. The fight is far from over. Ja Hae-in stands atop rubble, watching the destruction unfold below her. She refuses to fight the monarch of Iron Body, calling his power a joke. Sung Jinwoo charges forward, his eyes blazing with purple light, ready to strike. He glares, his body wreathed in flames, as he prepares to unleash his power. A massive explosion erupts, sending debris flying in all directions. The blast wave rips through the city, leaving a crater of fire and smoke. Sung Jinwoo rides the shockwave, his shadow stretching behind him. Ja Hae-in stands firm, her red cloak billowing as she faces the coming storm. A shadowy dragon soars overhead, its wings slicing through the air. Sung Jinwoo's eyes glow purple as he commands, "Arise." A massive shadow army rises from the ground, crackling with dark energy. Ja Hae-in's hand glows red as she prepares to counter the shadow force. Sung Jinwoo swings his sword, a flash of light cutting through the darkness. The blade strikes true, slicing through shadowy figures with deadly precision. He lands hard on the ground, his sword planted as he catches his breath. He looks up, realizing thousands of hunters are fighting beasts across the city. He feels magic powers surging nearby, sensing a new threat approaching. A giant beast roars, its body engulfed in flames as it charges forward. Ja Hae-in dodges the beast's attack, her movements swift and precise. The beast explodes into fragments, its power shattered by her strike. She glares, accusing him of sending weak troops to fight her instead. She wonders if he's trying to escape, her eyes narrowing in suspicion. She leaps after him, her red cloak trailing behind as she refuses to let him go. A purple vortex swirls, swallowing the shadow figure's whole. She lands amidst the ruins, surrounded by the remnants of his shadow army. She stares at the shadow dragons, wondering if he absorbed the Iron Body troops. A glowing figure rises, wielding a sword, ready to face her head-on. She smirks, admitting his strategy was smart, but not enough to win. She calls him absurd, her voice echoing as she prepares for the final clash. She reveals her true power, summoning ancient runes to crush his army. Her dragons rise, glowing with dark energy, ready to end him. He shouts, "Cancel summon," stopping her magic midair. She asks why he canceled it, knowing he already lost. The sky fills with her dragon army circling above. She tells him giving up is normal, but he won't listen. He stands alone, surrounded by her endless flying beasts. She unleashes a scream from the soul, breaking their will. The scream hits, freezing dragons in midair, screaming. The sky cracks as her power shakes the world. Dragons fall, broken, as his plan starts to work. He realizes her army can't move, but his plan has a flaw. He shouts, "Follow me," leading her into his trap. He wonders if this was all part of his plan from the start. They stand in a crater, far from her army's reach. He tells her this place is on the opposite side of the world. He warns her that war would drain her magic too fast. She points at a castle, asking if it's hers. He says it belongs to the Shadow Monarch, not impressive. He charges, lightning crackling, ready to end this. He admits this fight was never about strength, but time. His body glows with power as he prepares to strike. He slashes down, aiming to end her reign for good. Snow falls on broken city towers. The sky glows with distant fires. A man watches the burning skyline. He whispers, "The flames of war are all over the U.S. territory." Another man sits at a desk. He reports, all kinds of mana are running wild and spreading throughout the region. A third man rubs his eye. He admits, I never thought Hunter Sung was telling the truth. What are we supposed to do now? The woman with curly hair turns her head. She says, he's not the only hunter we have. A golden-haired warrior charges forward. Hunters from all over the world have thrown themselves into the battle, she says. Young hunters stand ready. The abilities of an E-rank is slightly above that of a normal human, she explains. A giant monster looms. When E-ranks hunt, I beat Dranks. C-ranks would only be hunting around 10, she notes. A lone figure stands atop rubble. Even though they may be capable of killing 1,000 of them, they will eventually perish, she warns. A massive explosion lights the battlefield. Dust and smoke fill the air as fighters clash below. The woman looks up. When those individual stars fall and draw shapes in the sky, they show us the future. She stands by the window. Snow drifts down. People call this hope, she says softly. The city skyline darkens. Clouds gather as night begins to fall over the damaged buildings. A man in a suit stands by a window. Hunter Sung seems to have succeeded in luring them to a nearby uninhabited island in Japan. He turns to his colleague. He told me that there is an uninhabited island 10 kilometers away. He wants to minimize the damage done. Another man asks, should I dispatch a couple of hunters there just in case? Aren't all the S-rank hunters in the US right now? The first man smiles faintly. His eyes gleam with a hidden thought as he looks away. He turns to his colleague. Did you know that even Hunter Sung used to be an E-rank hunter? His colleague says, pardon. The camera zooms down fast. Skyscrapers blur as the view rushes toward the ground. A dark figure strikes a giant beast. For an E-rank hunter to become a hero, the voice says as lightning flashes. The beast roars in pain. A blade slices its hide. Sparks fly as the monster stumbles back. The monster's red eye glows. It snarls as energy crackles around its broken body. A winged shadow descends. Purple light bursts as the hunter strikes with full force. The beast crashes into the ground. Crack echoes as its body shatters under the blow. The hunter stands over the fallen beast. Lightning dances around his form as he breathes hard. He swings his fist. A shockwave rips through the air. The beast flies backward with a crash. The beast's body explodes in a flash. Boom shakes the ground as dust clouds rise. A purple blade slices through the air. Shosh as it cuts through the monster's final defense. The blade pierces deep. Crash as the beast's body breaks apart in a burst of light and smoke. The hunter vanishes in a flash of purple light. Silence falls as the dust begins to settle. Purple lightning crackles as the monster's body shudders, its final breath escaping in a hiss. A dragon looms above, wings spread wide. I think it's working pretty well, a voice mutters. The dragon sneers, its massive jaws parting. How amusing, it growls, unimpressed by the fight. A shadowy figure watches, voice calm. I like fights where I overwhelm. But the opposite, amusing. Red energy swirls as the dragon roars. Dragon fear erupts, a wave of terror crashing down. The shadow figure summons allies. Cancel, summon, he shouts, but the dragon's power overwhelms them. A massive explosion blooms. KWO echoes as fire engulfs the battlefield, smoke rising thick. The shadow figure stands firm, arms crossed, as the dragon's firestorm rages around him. The blast intensifies. KWA screams the air as flames tear through the sky, shaking the earth. He yells into the inferno, "Come back, K-Cell." But the dragon ignores him, focused on destruction. A glowing seal appears above, pulsing with energy. The dragon's power surges, ready to strike. The sky screams with heat. Wei-hey as the dragon's breath ignites the air, turning it to ash. The dragon's firestorm swallows the land. Ew! As the flames roar, consuming everything in sight. The dragon's eyes glow red. This is the real thing, it declares, its voice shaking the ground. It speaks, voice deep, the amalgam of blood, scream, madness, and destruction. Born for war, the dragon lifts its head, proud. The king of dragons and the monarch of destruction, it booms. The shadow figure kneels, head bowed as the dragon's shadow falls over him, heavy and dark. He looks up, eyes sharp. The enormous mana from the King of Giants sank into the ground. He stands, calm. You do not have to be so nervous, Shadow Monarch, the dragon taunts him. The dragon's voice rumbles. When you grabbed my arm, I could have broken free. But you impressed me. The shadow figure stands tall, facing the dragon, unflinching as the sky burns behind him. The dragon's voice drops low. If you inherited the previous Shadow Monarch's memories, you know. A new figure appears, armored, red cape flowing. Our ultimate enemy is beyond the skies, he says. The dragon's voice echoes. The army of the rulers, their only purpose, destroy monarchs of darkness. The shadow figure speaks, voice steady. I planned to eliminate you, but I changed my mind after seeing you fight. The dragon bows its head slightly. If you want me to leave, I will. If you want me to protect your country, I will. The dragon's voice softens. Become the owner of this land, not just the castle, the entire planet. A hand reaches out, fingers trembling slightly. FWYP as it closes into a fist, resolve hardening. The shadow figure's eye glows purple, sharp and focused. He looks up, ready for what comes next. His hair blows in the wind, eyes fixed ahead. The battle is over, but the war has just begun. A red-haired figure stands tall, hand outstretched, power crackling under his palm. Two figures face off in a snowy valley. One offers peace, the other silence. A hand reaches out, voice calm. Shadow Monarch, will you join me? A blade flashes sharp, sudden. The air splits as steel meets unseen force. Sun Jinwoo smirks, eyes glowing. Don't make me laugh, he says, unshaken. The red-haired man glares. You want to kill me? Then why ask for my trust? He laughs low, voice dark, kukuk. As sparks drift through the cold air, purple shadows rise behind Sun Jinwoo. His power surges, ready to strike. The red-haired man grins, blood on his teeth. This is my final mercy. Prepare. Kazul slams into the ground, his armor cracking under the force of the blow. He pushes himself up, one hand on the shattered earth, refusing to stay down. The beast roars, its massive form rising from the dust, ready to strike again. A voice cries out, Kaisel, as a figure leaps from the sky, lightning in hand. The beast lunges, its fangs bared, aiming to end the fight in one bite. Kaisel ducks, the monster's jaws snapping shut inches from his head. He counters with a slash, his blade leaving a trail of red light in the air. The beast rears back, its body wreathed in flames as it prepares its next move. It unleashes a wave of fire, screaming, Kaisel, go down with me. Kaisel stands firm, his silhouette small against the roaring inferno before him. A sharp object whizzes past his ear, a warning shot from an unseen ally. Purple energy swirls around him, a shield forming just as the beast attacks. The energy shield holds, but cracks begin to form under the monster's fury. He grits his teeth, pouring more power into the shield to keep it from breaking. The world blurs as he moves, a blur of motion against the fiery backdrop. He strikes again, his blade meeting the beast's claw in a shower of sparks. Kaisel soars through the air, his wings beating hard as he evades another attack. The beast's eye glows red, its voice cold. You can't hurt me with something like that. A dragon flies close, its voice urgent. Let's get out of here, Kaisel. The beast bellows, dragon fear, as it unleashes a wave of crimson energy. Kaisel is caught in the blast, his body thrown back by the sheer force of it. He looks up, his face calm despite the chaos, a single tear falling from his eye. He stands, his body trembling, but his resolve unbroken as he faces the beast. He charges forward, his blade a streak of purple light against the dark sky. He yells, Kaisel, as he rushes to his ally's side, ready to fight together. The beast roars, its body covered in flames as it prepares for its final attack. It slams its tail into the ground, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The ground splits open, rocks and dust flying as the beast's power shakes the earth. The beast rises from the smoke, its body glowing with power, ready to end it all. It speaks, its voice low. You promised. I won't die by something like that. The surface feels like magma under his feet. hot and unstable as he stands firm. He charges forward, purple energy crackling around his body as he moves fast. He looks up, calm, as the beast looms above him, its shadow swallowing the sky. A sharp blade slices through stone, sparks flying as it cuts deep into the ground. The beast roars, its red eye glowing, teeth bared as it prepares to strike down. Its massive wings spread wide, dark scales glinting as it rises into the sky. He slams his fist into the beast's jaw, the impact shaking the air around them. A fiery blast erupts from the beast's mouth, lighting up the battlefield in orange. He dodges sideways, the flames missing him by inches as he keeps his focus. He thinks fast, realizing he needs more power to match this monstrous foe. He stops mid-air, eyes wide, as purple armor begins to form around his body. The beast stares down, its wings spread as the armor glows brighter around him. It growls, confused, wondering how a human could summon such dark power. It screams, angry as purple energy surges from his body, shaking the ground. He speaks calmly, explaining he can use darkness to form armor for himself. He focuses harder, the armor growing larger, visible to every creature nearby. The beast looks up, stunned, as the armor rises higher than its own body. It panics, thinking the Shadow Monarch shouldn't have such a massive form. It wonders if he somehow summoned the power of death onto the earth. It can't believe a normal human could control such ancient, raw power. He feels the power inside him, endless and strong, flowing without stopping. He looks up, calm, as the beast realizes he's not just any human anymore. The beast remembers the man who once fought against gods for the living. It knows now, this man is too dangerous to let live another second. It lunges forward, flames bursting from its mouth as it attacks with all force. He blocks the blow, purple energy flaring as he holds his ground without moving. He strikes back, his blade slicing through the beast's side with deadly speed. The beast screams, its red eye wide, as purple lightning crackles around its body. It falls back, hurt, its body smoking as it stares at him in disbelief. Purple energy surges around the beast as it roars, refusing to stay down. It charges forward, wings spread wide, shaking the sky with its fury. The ground explodes as its claw slams down, sending rocks flying everywhere. Song Jinwoo dodges just in time, the blast missing him by inches. He leaps up, blade raised, ready to end the beast once and for all.